Welcome to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. I tell you, it's always a honor and a privilege to be able to come before you guys and to be able to share these amazing individuals that grace this platform. I tell you, I'm excited once again to be able to share another amazing author that is definitely sharing their voice across this world and leading the way. I tell you, I'm excited on tonight. So, if you would please take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. For those that may not know who I am the queen of collaborations known across these social media platforms. I'm the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. My whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community. So I'm super excited to be able to share these amazing authors that decided to join this movement, the 122 authors from around the world movement. And my desire is to just to share them, to share their brands, and to allow you guys to get to know them. So I'm going to move out the way and allow my guest for tonight an opportunity to introduce to you guys who she is, what she do, and her why. I'm going to move out the way. Hello.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for having me.
I'm great. I'm excited to have you on tonight. If you would please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Dr. V. I am Dr. Vernessa Blackwell. I'm known as Dr. V. I'm the best selling book strategist where I help authors to become bestsellers in my projects. I have helped over 300 authors to become bestsellers. So, I'm excited about my journey. And I'm also a grief and joy restoration coach. I help individuals to heal from grief and loss. So, most of my books focus on the grief and loss community. I'm currently working on a new collaboration for 2023, and the title is Joy 365, where we will have 365 phenomenal co authors coming to bring joy to the world. So I'm excited about my new project that I'm working on, as well as the previous projects that we've completed. I have 20 books out and constantly writing. I think everybody has a book in them. So I am also a publisher at BSB Publishing, and I help individuals to publish books. So I have a workbook, journal, coloring books, and I have published over 35 books. So that's a little bit. I'm a mother, veteran, Army veteran of 24 years, retired in 2017. Started off doing my coaching. I guess I really started off as with the grief and loss because I lost all my siblings. I had three sisters and a brother. They all passed away, and that kind of started my journey into coaching. Got grief coach certified in 2012, and when my youngest sister was the last to pass, she passed in 2014, and God brought me back to the grief and loss certification, and told me that was my calling. So I picked it up. I realized with grief, especially, you can't be in every home, but I could create some products and that could. So I have a grief kit known as the Grief Helpline. We have a devotional, workbook, journal, planner, and a coloring book. Coloring is healing therapy for a person that's dealing with grief. A planner because a lot of times they can't keep up with notes and dates. Um, Journal is a definitely must because, like I said, if you start your journal, you start to release the grief, and the devotional helps. The first half of the devotional is grief recovery, and the second half of it is the last 50 days is joy restoration. So that's a little bit about me and what I do.
Wow, you said a little. That's not a little, but I tell you that is amazing because I tell you I understand that journey of grief. I've lost a lot of people on this journey, and I tell you I'll never forget May of 2017. I lost six family members, three in 1 week, and all three of them was to suicide.
Oh,
The
wow.
young being 15. So I
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you for what you do, and I appreciate you for just being here tonight
Thank
and sharing that, because you lost three siblings. You know,
you.
I know what it's like to lose one sibling, but I understood my brother's death,
Mm-hmm.
um, because my brother was a quadriplegic and he had suffered for over 20 years. And
Mm-hmm.
I understood that. But I see individuals lose individuals every day, and some things I just don't understand.
Right.
So I applaud you for
Thank you.
being able to assist individuals. And like you say, you can't be in every home, but
Right.
you can place something in every home. You can make
Right.
something available to be in every home, to
Right.
assist individuals. So I thank you for that. I thank you
Yes.
for that. I want to hear a little more about your book journey, and how did you get here? You say 365. You're looking for 365 individuals to be a part of this next collaboration. But
Yeah.
in order to get to that collaboration, how did you? Why collaborations? Out of all things, why collaborations?
Well, I started out in collaborations. I was still serving in the military, and I really didn't have time to write a whole book. So I had, I was looking at retirement and what I wanted to do after retirement. And I used to write as a kid, but I got away from it. Teenager, um, my daughter's father was incarcerated, so I used to write him letters all the time. But I just got away from it. You start working, life, kids. Um, and serving in the military, I just kind of got distracted. But I was human resources the entire time. And I think that helped me to stay organized. So when I got an opportunity to be in a collaboration, I was in Camouflage Sisters. And I shared about some of the struggles that African American women face in the military. And I learned a lot, in that. And then I did Spiritual Disciplines, Volume 1 through 3, and then 5 through 7. And so again, learned a lot. Then I was in the art of activation, submitted a chapter for that. I just like, okay, so this makes me a published author. I'm selling books.
Yes,
Right. And then and we
yes.
did it, right. And then God shows you, well, now you learned all that, so now write your own book. So I did that with the grief helpline, got it published and everything. And when the book released, my publisher said, great, you got a book, you got 50 books, now you go sell them. I said, God gave me 2 more books. And she said, well, just pick out a package. And, I said, no, ma'am, I'm going to have to learn this, this right here, because it was expensive to get that book published, right? So I was like, I'm going to have to learn this, especially if I have 2 more. And I didn't even really know how to sell the 50 that I have already purchased. So I started with my journal. I learned how to do my journal, published a journal. And then from that, I did my coloring book, because my auntie was, I have one aunt left on my mom's side. She had 13 sisters and brothers, and it's only one left. But she colors all the time. And I was like, that'd be perfect for my grief kit. So I created a coloring book. And that from that I did the workbook off of the devotional, so they could kind of work together where they could see the progress. So it's a 3-month program that a person can use that's struggling with grief, and they get so attached to it they learn to go back to it if they, because grief is funny. It could just comes, it doesn't have an announcement or like, a date or whatever. But you can have a grief trigger, so they pick it back up and they continue to use it, and it works.
Wow,
And
that's
so then
amazing.
and then my first project as a visionary was Your Wings Were Ready, But My Heart Was Not. We did 20 authors. Each co-author wrote a chapter in the book. And it was 20 of them. And like I said, one chapter. But everybody was all over the place. I gave them the guidelines. And some people sent, I said 1,500 words. They sent 22, some 17, some 13. I was like, this is a mess. So they was like, oh, okay, we made bestseller. Now what we going to do next? I said, devotional. We're going back to something short and sweet. So I love devotionals because they work well for people that's dealing with grief and loss. That I just need something for the day. And most of my clients is the same way. And you can get more authors in a devotional if than you could, in a chapter book. So I get an opportunity to work with more authors. So I've done 3 collaboration with 90 authors. And Each one, let me see, Finding Joy in the Journey, Volume 1. And then we did Finding Joy in the Journey, Volume 2. That had 90. Joy Comes in the Morning, recently launched in June. I normally do one project a year. So from that, I said, I'm ready to go and start selling books, traveling the world. And, and I'm 63 years old. So it's time for me to, figure this thing out, travel while I can, because after a while, you can't, you need somebody to travel with you. I don't need all that right now, but I can go alone, right?
Right.
So I said, it's that time, right? So I said, I'm going to close the door with a bang. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to do one with 365 authors. And they say, what? I was like, yes, we're going to have 365 authors. And God said we had to write the vision and make it plain. So I wrote it down and we rolling with it.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, well, I'm like you because you're older than me, so I'm like you. I believe in writing the vision and making it plain, and I believe in reaching
Absolutely.
for the stars because we serve a big God, and there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing too big for Him. You know, 365 may sound like a lot to a lot of people, but it's really not when you put it against the universe and the amount of people that make up this world, and
Right.
it's just not even a tenth of
Right.
of the universe. So
Mm-hmm.
I applaud you, and I definitely thank you for just open up the opportunity for other people to share, because a lot of people think that they have stuff and they're afraid to share it for whatever reason or another, or they think that whatever may seem little to them,
Mm-hmm.
or it may be big to them, but whatever it is, it just don't seem like it's something that other people want to hear, so they shy away from being a part of projects. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely applaud you.
Thank
You've had an opportunity to share with 90 one time, 90 here, 90 there, and then now 365. You've
you.
already touched the lives of 270 people, and you was just building up. You was just
Mm-hmm.
building up to the 365, because look at it, you've already touched 270.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
now you just adding a couple of more, hundred. You're not even adding 100 to it. You added
Right.
95 more to it. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Right.
I I applaud you, and I
Thank
thank
you.
you for paving the way for a lot of people to come after you, because there are a lot of people. I say a lot of people, they're stepping out their first time in anthologies, and then once they do that first anthology, it just like fire lights under them, because that's how I started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
I
started
remember you.
the very same way.
Yeah, I remember you when you started. Well, I had the Life You Imagine radio show, me and my daughter, and we interviewed you on my show.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my,
yeah. So I was
wow.
that, like I said, years ago. Yeah, I remember you, and like I said, you've grown tremendously, and I really like that. I mean, congratulations on all your success as well.
Wow, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
beautiful.
And thank you for allowing me to be a part of your show, because
Mm-hmm.
since then I've had the opportunity to be a part of a couple of shows, and be, and start doing this, because who
Mm-hmm.
ever thought I would be doing this? I even never thought I would even become an author. And that's a lot of people that's sitting out there today. I want you to encourage somebody that may tune into this, and they having those thoughts in the back of their mind where they don't think that they're worthy enough, or they don't think that they have anything that they need to share.
Well, yeah, I think everybody has a book in them, and your test, God uses that allows us to go through trials in life, but he can use your testimony to help someone else. So a lot of times people feel like, this is the end of the road for me, or this is, this just took me down. But like I say, we always got to get back up and try again. And today in 2022, I mean, I've seen a lot of things. I was born in 59, but like I said, it's been some trying times since COVID hit. But like I said, you got to think about the cost of living is steady going up. With a book, you can turn a book into a whole business, a full-fledged business. You write about whatever your gift is and your talents are, and you share it with the world. You could create products around that book. Then you can come back and do an anthology, let some other people talk about some of their wins and losses with the same problem. So there's always a way, whether you want to talk to kids, teenagers, um, adults, male or female. but everybody can help somebody. I always, my philosophy is each one should teach one. So whatever we've been afforded the opportunity to learn, it's no value if you can't take it with you. When we leave here, we got to leave everything. You know, somebody's gonna even pick out the outfit unless you choose to pick that out and say, "This is what I want to be." Put away in. You know, I accept life for the way it truly is. After losing all my siblings, three sisters and a brother, and I'm the last one left, I think about life just like it is. I know it's a debt I got to pay too. So I'm just paving the way. I want my kids to have something when I'm gone. And each of us should think about that. What are you going to leave? What are your footprints? You know, my grandkids will read my books. My great grands will still see my names. Well, oh, she was a doctor, Dr. Vernessa Blackwell. She wrote books. Yeah. So you leave a legacy. So it's legacy building. Like I said, you don't have to have it doesn't have to be 200 pages. You can have an ebook. Start with an ebook. Collaborations are a great way to get started because it breaks the ice. It's going your name going to be inside the book. You're an author. You can sell the book. You learn the skills of getting out there selling the books. What do I have to do to sell this book? You know, you sign, you autograph. I never forget when I first was in the first collaboration. I took my daughter. Said, "We're gonna go to my book launch," and she was so excited. We went on in, marched on in, and she, when it was time and everybody, they announced everybody, she was like, "Mom," I said, "What?" She said, "I have to go out and get you a purple pen, a signature pen, because you got to sign the books." And I was like, "Oh, that is so cute." So here she come back with this little purple pen. So I've been using purple ever since. You know, purple is now a part of my brand. It's the little things, you know, that happens along the way that you can say, "Oh, it started from this, but it's planting a seed." You know, if you keep on watering that seed, you get a few more seeds, a little more sprinkles. You see what I'm saying? Then for you know it, you have a garden of flowers, you know, that you can share. You don't want to keep them all for yourself, you know. So you will get out here. It also opens up the door for speaking opportunities. Speaking is the next thing after becoming an author. And it's nothing like going to an event with your books and your products and services and getting a check at the end of the, you know, the conference or whatever, or getting paid before you get there. So it opens the door to so many other things. And for me, being an author has truly changed my life. And
Wow.
now I have a business where I don't have to work for anyone else. I work for me, Dr. V. I got my honorary doctorate in March. A young lady nominated me. I always think about my co-authors. I say, you know, this is wonderful. It really is. But when my co-authors see me out there with this doctorate, they're going to know, how did you do that? And I said, can I, you know, just recommend some of them? And she said, well, it may not be for everybody, but if you choose to do so, absolutely. And now there's 50 of us. So we have 50 doctors that was nominated this year. It was a graduation this weekend, but at first we had 25 and 25 more just joined. So they were all my co-authors. Now they're all doctors. So we call
Wow.
ourselves the Doctor Sisters. Now they're doing retreats, they're on collaborations, they are doing some amazing stuff.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm,
And it's nothing like being able to be recognized by your peers
mhm,
and those that you labor amongst, because sometimes you think that, you know, the things that you do, um, people don't realize or understand what you're doing. So yeah, that is is I applaud you. Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you for just paving the way and allowing those little girls and little boys that are coming after us, because you know we do all this stuff and we may not see everything that we're doing. We may not see the results, but we're doing it
Mhm,
for those that are coming after. You mentioned grandbabies and great grandbabies and great great
mhm,
grandbabies that have to come up, and they're going to be able to say, Dr. V was my great grandmama and my
mhm,
grandmama and my great
mhm,
auntie. You know,
mhm.
she impacted so many lives. Look what she did. Look
Right.
how many lives she impacted. She allowed
Mhm,
these many people to share a story. Wow, she went through that. She shared that. Wow, that's just amazing. I mean, you're
mhm,
creating and leaving a legacy. And I tell people it's not over yet. You know, even though we coming down to the close of 2022, we got what, 21 days left in what? How many days we got left? What, about 25
um,
days left?
20, yeah, 25 days.
about 25 days left in this month. It's not over yet. You still can finish strong. How you can
Yeah.
finish strong? Get connected to one of these amazing projects and share your story. You got an opportunity to connect with Dr. V. She needs
Mhm.
365 individuals that wants to share their journey. And what is this project about? Grief as well.
Yeah, so Joy 365 is going to be a daily devotional to help people to restore joy. Most of my book is for joy restoration. Like I said, that's the niche that I built. That's my target audience, and those are the when people look for grief and loss books, they think about me. So we will all write for one day to encourage someone to find joy in the journey. We will have pastors, ministers, coaches,
Wow.
business women, women and men, poets, right, for one day. But the beauty in it all is being connected to 363 other authors besides you and I. And they're doing amazing stuff already. So we come together and we'll become probably more than likely we'll hit international bestsellers because we have co-authors all over the world.
Like that's so amazing, and it's just so it's I can't even say it's a coincidence because I truly don't believe in coincidence. It's like divine. It's like he dropped the
Divine.
word joy in my spirit some months ago. I want to say sometime in the end of 2021. He dropped that word joy in my spirit, and he when he broke it up to me, it was like choosing Jesus over yourself. And
Mm,
that's what he gave me, choosing Jesus over yourself. If you want
wow, I love
true joy, you want true joy,
it.
you really want joy, choose Jesus over yourself, and you will truly experience what joy is. And I tell
Mm-hmm,
you, it's definitely just confirmation, just having you here today, and to know that we've crossed paths before,
mm-hmm,
and that this thing is this something that you are passionate about.
yeah,
And just how many people we come across that just want that joy, and
right,
they're searching for that joy. And a lot of people, they settle for happiness, and happiness is just temporarily, and they don't
right.
realize that.
Mm-hmm,
So I definitely, I'm excited that we were able to cross paths again, that we are able to reconnect. Not only are you doing this project, but you have joined the 122 authors. That's why we're sitting here tonight, um,
yeah.
just allowing you to share about your brand. I definitely want people to be able to connect with you and to be able to support the things that you have done and the things that you're working on right now and the things that are yet to come. If you would please share, how can they follow you and support you?
So I am known as Dr. V on Facebook. I am the best-selling book strategist, so they can contact me there. I also have a website. My website is www.bestsellingbookstrategist.com. You can also, I'm on IG, so you can message me there as well. And I have a phone number where they can contact me, make an appointment, 240-270-1522.
Wow. Well, I definitely thank you for stopping by and sharing with us on tonight. I truly have enjoyed it. It has truly been
Thank
a
you so much for
blessing.
having Yes,
It's
thank you
truly
so
been a
much for
blessing.
having me. And I'm looking forward to working with you. Like I said, we in order to get to the top, you can't get there by yourself. We have to, help each other. Everybody has a team or network or somebody that they know. So referrals always help, you know. This is the only way we can continue to grow as a race, as a community. How are we going to be able to afford? We don't know who has our next, but when we connect with other people, the door continues to open, and then it will put you in rooms that you could never imagine that you would be in. Because,
That's
like I said,
it.
when I
That's it.
retired in 2017, I had no clue that I would have 20 books out in 2022. Um, I just didn't see that, nor the doctor. I was a E7, just going by Vernessa Blackwell. Most of the time, people didn't even say Miss. Now it's Dr. V, you know. So God has done some amazing things in these last few years, and He's still in the blessing business, and we thank Him for that. I
That's
spend
it.
all my
That's it.
yes, I think I spend most of my time looking for joy. I don't know what other people be looking for. They look for rocks or whatever, but Vanessa's trying to find joy throughout the rest of my journey. And I encourage others to do the same because we're going to have trials and tribulations. That's life. But like I said, it's how you look at it and how you deal with that. Think about, God, He ain't gonna put no more on us than we can bear, and we wasn't built to be broke to break. So we're not breakable. We just got to continue to pray, lift it up off of us, and keep it moving.
Wow, you said a mouthful. You said a lot, and I just want to encourage the people that are tuned in and those that may hear this later and across the platforms that we will be sharing this across, um, to be encouraged, to stay connected. I've been telling people networking, collaborating, that is going to be the new money. So you better grab hold
Mhm.
to you some new friends. If those that you are connected to right now, if they not pushing you and they not trying to help take you to the next level and encouraging you to do the same, then you might need to find you a new circle. You
Right,
might need to find
absolutely.
you a new circle. But I definitely thank you for stopping by, Dr. V. I have truly enjoyed um, reconnecting with you on tonight and just learning just a little bit more about you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything you want to leave with the people real quick before we leave?
No, well, like I said, write a book, right? Everybody has a book in them. Join a collaboration. It's a lot easier to become an author. Tell your story, because if you don't, somebody gonna tell it for you.
Amen. Amen. Well, I definitely want to
All
thank
right.
you for stopping by. You have a
Thank
blessed
you.
evening. Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you so
Bye
much
bye.
for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I definitely want to thank you guys for stopping by and sharing with me on tonight. I tell you, I truly have been blessed on tonight. I've been blessed on tonight. I want you to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. Y'all, I tell you, it's nothing like collaborating and sharing your voice and allow your voice to be heard around the world. So please take this opportunity if you want to just share a chapter. All you got to do is just share 200 words, 100 words, 50 words, whatever it is. Just get it out you. Sometimes just sharing and getting it out. It not only open the doors for you, but will open the door for someone else. So I want to encourage you guys, and I thank you guys for stopping by on tonight. I want you guys to be blessed. Know that I love you, and guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I am your girl, the queen of collaboration, Angela Thomas. I'll see you guys back in a few.